are ready. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, it is 6 o'clock. It is Monday, December 1st, 2025. We'll call our meeting to order and start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we'll have a roll call.
Syverson.
Yes.
Rickroll.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Collister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Aliger. Bennett.
Yes.
All right, next is, can I get a motion for the approval of the agenda?
Second.
Motion by Collister, seconded by Coolman. For no discussion, take the roll.
Rickroll.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Collister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Syverson.
Yes.
All right, item 5 is public participation. Anybody in the audience wish to get up and talk to us? Anybody online? If not, we'll move on. We have no presentations for tonight. We have no public hearings for tonight, and that takes us to item 8, the consent agenda, which consists of the minutes of the November 17th, 2025 regular city council meeting. Bills payable through December 1st, 2025 in the amount of $1,797,688.73. New Class B retail alcohol license filed by the Odd Shop. Okay, a motion by Collister,
Second.
seconded by Bennett.
At City Hall this month, huh?
I didn't hear you.
7 million?
Yeah, we've had a couple big project payments, and the Chick-fil-A settlement check is reconciled in this bills payable list too, so that adds to it quite a bit.
Okay, did you get the motion in second?
Yes.
We did.
Okay, go ahead and take the roll.
Lyon.
Yes.
Collister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Syverson.
Yes.
Rickroll.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item 9 is old business, and we have none. Item 10 is new business, and A is a resolution approving a supplemental Maquoketa Area Chamber of Commerce agreement for the digital destination marketing Visit Maquoketa campaign.
Thank you, Mayor. For those of you who have been following the city as it relates to some of the strategic plans we've had the last maybe 6 to 9 months, with the IEDA downtown assessment and then the Innovate 120 study, which maybe some of you aren't aware, we had a contract with them this summer to really kind of try to analyze how to transition the traffic from Maquoketa Cave State Park into area diners, shoppers, possibly stayers. And I think many in the community feel like possibly the only business that's just smashing it because of Caves traffic is the Catfish Farm Bluff Lake out there. Our goal was to try to study and analyze how to turn that level of people into people that would come downtown and stay in the area and spend. And so some of the things that I think that the state of Iowa has done and the digital place has done, with the caves, has done some well for us. Our hotel motel tax is up some, and this feels a bit like trying to do what we're doing good and try to do it great and put ourselves on the map digitally. And so we tried developing a very lean strategy on how to put ourselves at the forefront of the digital experience when someone is thinking about what to do in conjunction with their caves visit, and that was the target. You see a lot of these other comparable models with very large budgets. That's not where we're talking here. What this is starting out with is a short-term contract of 3 years at $20,000 per year to put ourselves into the forefront of some storytelling with people as they're coming to the area. And so we discussed a bit of this with the Finance and Personnel Committee, who ultimately recommended to me to try to make this a chamber-led mission as opposed to a city one. That's been accomplished here. And ultimately, the conversation maybe you should be having as you look into the future is how do you know that your return on investment is paying off? So, you'll be able to tell these things through increased hotel motel tax numbers, actual hotel nights stayed, local option sales tax, spender location data as it comes from various businesses like your restaurants in town. And I believe that this is something that is a low-cost, high return for you. It's shocking to me to hear through that Innovate 120 study how Jackson County ranks 92nd out of 99 counties in terms of visitor spending growth. It's shocking for me to realize in that study how fragmented the efforts are across a lot of parties and channels about what to do in this area once you're here. And this tries to line up those things so someone has a much better experience around here. So I think this is a very good investment. The also intended part of this that Travel Dubuque does in Burlington is with the hotels and with their Airbnbs, they have voluntary contribution agreements where, for example, they have a 2% per night fee added to the guest stay, and the chamber will be leading some of that revenue raising opportunities that way as well. So not all the burden is on the city either. So this is a worthy experiment. I highly recommend it to you. Talked it out at Finance and Personnel Committee. It's up for review again, 3 years. Your sample size of how do I know this is working really should be evaluated and closely evaluated year 2 and 3 so that you're not doing this more than you need to be. So recommend your approval tonight on this.
So moved. Second.
Okay, we,
Wait, 120, will they do the reevaluation then on that?
Excuse me?
Who's going to reevaluate? Who's
I
gonna
would
be
say
doing
that that's a budgetary concern of the Finance and Personnel Committees. So we're looking to build a spreadsheet that's got a lot of those metrics to it. And I've talked with our office staff by even looking like 2 or 3 years, fiscal years prior at some of those lost numbers, local option sales tax and those hotel motel taxes to see what's available so that we know that when the trigger happened, what did we do differently at this date that we know has more to do with that. So, there'd be some inferences you have to make out of the data. One of the consulting groups that we spoke with in Visit Galena said that the credit crunch in 2008 and 2009 was one of the best things that happened to the Galena economy because people stopped taking their overseas vacations and were looking for high-value 4-day things to do in the area. So I would suspect that if we do this right, we may stand a good chance at realizing some good visitorship in the community. And you've built a lot of great things in this city. You've got the Prairie Creek Recreation Area. You've always had the caves. Your downtown looks smashing now, and I think this is really kind of about showing the whole picture off to others.
Awesome.
okay. Any other discussion?
Who made the first motion?
Lyon made the original and Colister seconded it.
Thank you.
If there's no discussion, take the roll.
Colister,
Yes.
Colvin,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickroll,
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item B is a resolution awarding Chatden Company, LLC, a downtown incentive. It's part of the Facade Grant in the amount of $15,000 upon verification of completed work and final qualified costs.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by Colister, seconded by Lyon. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I'd slow down the meeting for just a minute if you bear with me. Speaking of a beautiful downtown, this came through our downtown incentives committee, but there's really kind of a nice plaster or stucco that's on this particular building in combination with Globix. So the uplighting, think Christmas colors and Halloween and 4th of July, and a lot of these things can be interchangeable, and I think that there's great ownership at this building, and they're motivated to kind of build on what's occurred there, and the lighting and this improvement's an allowable expense of this program, so it was kind of a no-brainer for the committee to recommend it on.
Okay. Any discussion on this matter? Then take the roll.
Colvin,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Simonson,
Yes.
Rickroll,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. We make it to item C, which is a resolution awarding La Casa de Pancho a downtown incentive. It's a consultant assistance grant in the amount of up to $5,000.
Thank you, Mayor. Same thing recommended out of the Downtown Incentives Committee at their last meeting was a consultant's grant for an engineering study of the La Casa de Pancho building, which has some property maintenance, I would say some preventative maintenance concerns with the structure of the building and make sure it's sound long-term. So to help with some of the engineering cost with that before they get into greater improvements, this grant is small, but will help afford some of those expenses that really do need to be done.
Okay,
So moved.
Second.
got a motion by Colister, seconded by Bennett. Any discussion? And take the roll.
Bennett.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Item D is a resolution approving fees and charges for city equipment services.
Thank you, Mayor. Our new building inspector, Chris, she's got a pretty good line of communication established with the owners of the mobile home parks in Maquoketa. And this single line item fee add is related to what if we start getting dozens of new mobile home trailer parks in Maquoketa, which I really struggle to sit here and say that's going to happen. I'll believe it when I see it, but these are some of the things we're being told right now. So if this happens in mass, we'd like to see an administrative fee of some sort added to this so that when you're having this level of traffic protection come in, you're getting it set into the water system, electric, safety concerns with, what happens if you pull a double wide into, there's just more to it than just pulling in and getting it done. So this is separate from the water connection fee and the tap inspection fees. Those don't apply in mobile home parks because they're on one total line service throughout the park. This $200 fee is intended to try to be, I guess, reflective of the staff time that would go involved with seeing to it that it's connected safely, and then it's inspected on site that it's got the right tie downs. So reviewing our fees and services, this is the one thing that I think is maybe a little bit time sensitive as opposed to asking our department heads for a larger review of them. I make no promises that 50 mobile homes are coming next month. I don't know that, I wish, but we're being told some possibilities could be coming in the future for our mobile home parks that involve new structures.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Bennett.
Second.
So $200 to
Taking it.
go make sure the water's hooked up correctly?
It's tie downs, it's traffic control. I'm sure Jen's gonna wanna be there at least if she's allowed to make sure that's connected right. Same with the electric department, without thinking more deeply, that's 4 staff sources, I think, that are gonna have to be on site if new homes start coming in.
Is this what Dubuque charges, or where'd that number come from?
That was me. We sat and we thought about this, and I said to the group, does $200 seem out of line? And they looked at me and said, that seems reasonable, or something like that. That's where that number comes from.
All right, we had a motion by Bennett, seconded by Lyon.
I will add to this that
Oh, Rickle, sorry.
if you feel at a later time that this is subject to change, it doesn't take an ordinance review or 3 readings. You can come back by resolution and change it later. And you don't have an active resident complaint on this unless they're ordering new mobile home parks in. So I recommend approving it tonight, and if you feel that at a later time when we're discussing 50 mobile home parks coming in and $200 is too much, we can address it later.
Okay, well, we have a motion by Bennett, seconded by Rickrell. Any more discussion? Take the roll.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Colister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Item E is a resolution approving Relay 3500 folder inserter machine at Iowa's NASPO ValuePoint purchasing offer from Pitney Bowes in the amount of $11,143.14.
Thank you, Mayor. And with this item, we're seeking to purchase our own folder stuffer separate from MMAU. And I don't know how old theirs is. I think it's 5 to 10, but we pay for a maintenance plan currently, and we've been less than impressed with the maintenance plan and then the, what I would call maybe emergency response for that maintenance plan if there's some issues. So we've communicated that to them, and that's fine with them, but they just wanted to make sure that as we're picking up this cost, it's ours, which, I've returned to the office staff, and we've talked about this a couple times, and this is something that the office staff and I feel will be a good addition to our side of City Hall. We have the money available in our administration CIP, It doesn't entirely upset the apple cart with MMEU and the city's agreement for City Hall. The reason the city got into the folder stuffer machine with MMEU is that they moved their billing to an external billing contractor. So they send a digital billing file to the large mailing house that sends out a lot of bills. And then when they do their second notices, they do about 300 bills. And every month, we don't use an external biller. Every month, we send out about 2,500 or 2,600 bills on each billing run, plus about 300 or 400 in second notices. So we are absolutely the majority user of these machines, and we'd like to see some upgrades because we've had some equipment failures. And what's before you is a recommendation tonight to solve that issue.
So moved.
We have a motion by Lyon,
Second.
seconded by Bennett. Is there any discussion on this? Not, take the roll.
Rickrell.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
All right, that passes. Item F is a resolution approving change order number 5. It's an increase in the amount of $7,020.70. Final payment number 5 in the amount of $8,718 to Midwest Concrete for the South Main and Summit intersection project.
So moved.
Okay, motion by Colister,
Second.
seconded by Lyon. Any discussion or anything you want to add?
Now, admittedly, a few agendas ago, I called the last change order the final one. So I feel like I'm a bit on double secret probation from Jackson County Engineering, but apparently this is related to just the retainage release, which is a contract issue. I assume that if this is an IDOT contract way of doing things, you may have something similar for Platt Street someday. I don't know, but this is what is due, and we have to pass a change order in our paperwork to reconcile it. Just know that everything is still underneath that $290,000 state grant. That was 100% paid.
Okay. A motion, a second. Any more? I'm gonna take the roll.
Lyon.
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Colvin.
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickrell.
Yes.
All right, that passes. Item G is a discussion and possible motion supporting Horseshoe Pond Playground equipment design for spring of 2026 LWCF grant application.
Thank you, Mayor, and I hope you had a chance to review your packets. This is kind of a neat story, and I think it will tie into our spring grant application for the Land and Water Conservation Fund. Recall, down at Horseshoe Pond, we were out of time, and I showed you a couple images and asked you to pass a resolution about a playground that really reflected education elements first. Rightfully so, and I don't fault them at all one bit. The Parks Board felt like it wasn't in perfect alignment with what they're trying to accomplish for recreation first. And so some of the cost estimates involved with that prior sketch were not great. And so I had no problem recommending backing up the bus, taking a better design look at this, and trying to match it to their CIP in a way that we could budget for and make sense. What we did was we got a couple visual specs together. I don't bring props often, but tonight I did. What we did is we hosted a couple public meetings and sought some public input where young school kids signed on to what design they felt more attached to, asked them why, asked the Parks Board what they'd like to see. Hopefully they know what they signed on to and they signed these things. I can't guarantee that, but it was a lot of fun. And it was a great way to engage our primary users of these facilities. The TAG group over at the elementary school, they got really involved with this, and they were studying positioning of the sun and shading and how that can help protect playgrounds. So they got kind of some shade structures, kind of models, and put together with it. And all this is great. It goes to our grant writer. I think it'll produce a really competitive application in the spring when we go do submit. So what was given to you in your council packet and on the image on your agenda here was the recommended Parks Board design after some inputs. And so the total cost estimate that the council will be looking at, assuming there's a dollar for dollar grant, is about $100,000, which we're trying to plan for in next year's parks CIP if we got it. So Do want to exercise some caution with this, assuming your approval. If we were to get this award, DNR grants take a while, and that was relayed to us by our grant writer, is that this could really be a 24 to 36 month project. I wouldn't expect any sort of next year construction if we did get this grant, but just want to try to get some good news out there and let you know this is what we're working forward, and this is one of the major goals of the Parks Master Plan, to try to do something out there to attract some folks down to the community, to our premier park. So recommend your approval, obviously. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at it and judge yourself.
So moved.
A motion by Lyon,
Second.
seconded by Rickroll. Any more discussion? Then take the roll.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
Bedford.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickroll.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. We make it to item 11, which is reports and communications. Any members of the council have anything to report?
I just want to say that I think the Public Works Department did an amazing job with this snow removal. You know, they were prepared. We got a ton of snow. And then suddenly, you know, a day later, you're like, it's all cleared
Gone.
up. Everything's great. They were, you know, I was out at all different times and they were always working. So well done, John and team.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll second that. Good job. You guys are out there and you got it done.
I'll let them know tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, they're out working.
As always, John, nice work, but Alliance also needs kudos for the water main breaks that they've had
two
over
of
the
them
past
over the
week.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Oh, wow.
Nice job, Jen and team.
Thanks.
How about city manager?
Done today. Thank you.
Okay. Next item is executive session. Go closed session under Iowa Law 21.51C regarding imminent litigation.
For the record, Mayor, City Attorney, I have reviewed the agenda item and find it appropriate for the council to go into closed session.
Okay.
We'll shut off the Zoom now. Thank you.
I always sound like this. Oh, yeah, no, I have what's called spasmodic dysphonia. So I just have a choppy or a softer voice. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, right.
Yes.
He's a new council member.
Doug just
He's a
tried to
new
kick me out.
council member.
I haven't talked with Doug yet. Katie, you got her.
Has not been a motion, second roll call.
So moved.
We got a
Second.
motion by Colister, seconded by Coleman. There's no discussion. Take the roll.
Okay. Bedford.
Yes.
Simonson.
Yes.
Rickroll.
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Hollister.
Yes.
Coleman.
Yes.
Okay, that passes.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, we have a motion to adjourn by Lyon,
Second.
seconded by Rickroll. If we have no discussion, take the roll.
Say aye.
What?
Say aye.
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 All
Aye.
voice.
Okay. All in
All in
favor,
favor,
say
say
aye.
aye. Aye.
All opposed? We're adjourned.